Morning. Day 4 on the Douro. At 9:15 now, so that will have left Porto at 9 o'clock presumably. Sea Star. I used to have a boat called Sea Star. It was a bit smaller than that one. That's one of the day tripping boats, not the hotel boats. There's a big old wash as well. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit bouncy in a minute. Yeah, I got up about 7 this morning. It was really misty over the river. We're heading back down at low water, which is about midday today. We're heading back down to the entrance and then back to the marina. So yeah, I'm going to meet up with Peter in a couple of hours time, 2.5 hours time or something. I'll get my cup of tea, because my cup of tea, thank you for that. I'm just keeping my cup of tea on the yeah, as I said before, thankfully those things don't run through the night. I mean, they throw you out of your bunk. That's about the worst of them, actually, that one. Yeah, some more a bit later, and I'll take some footage again of going underneath the Pont Louis Bridge. But yeah, beautiful morning again. And yeah, really nice sleep last night as well. Very, very peaceful and calm. There's a couple more coming up. I mean, look at the crowds on there. I'm not convinced they're all socially distanced up there. They do look all to be wearing masks though, so yeah. Stop being critical, David. Apparently Porto and Lisbon are the sort of hot spots. Porto, Lisbon, I don't think the Algarve is, but Porto and Lisbon are sort of, I don't know what the rate in Porto is, but I'm sure there are cities in the UK that have got a higher rate than Porto. This smaller one coming up now is one of the more traditional boats that takes passengers. That one that came past earlier, Sea Star, I spoke to Peter on the phone this morning. It came past the other day and bounced him off the pontoon there. He's actually made some damage to his hull, and he's complained to the because they shouldn't be herring up the river like that. I don't know if there is a speed limit on here, but if there isn't, there should be. That one that's just gone past was doing a reasonable speed, and you can tell by the video that, you know, it's a much more gentle wash from it. Here's this traditional one. Very pretty boats. Day 4 on the Douro. Yeah, we've just left the anchorage. The anchor came up nice and clean and relatively easily, because the boat was facing into the ebb. I just sort of had it on tick over going forward, and that made life a lot easier, getting the anchor out. So yeah, I'm just on the way down now to meet up with Peter, and we will head back to the marina. Once again, we'll be going underneath the Pont Louis, which should be absolutely fine. We could get underneath it now, in fact. according to previous calculations. So yeah, more from further downstream. Yeah, so here's where we stayed the first night. So we're about to be joined again by Peter and Maria. In fact, I can see he's just left. He just cast off. Very good. My speed back up again. Actually got a better view of all of this because the sun's behind me. On the way up, the sun was right in my face, so I couldn't really see that well. But yeah, we're getting a bit more suburban slash urban now. We're just approaching the outskirts of Porto. Another little public pontoon there. And I think I'm pretty sure you can tie up there as well. Yeah, the further up you go, the nicer it is, basically. Peter's just catching up. Saturday morning, so obviously weekend activities underway. Got a better view of it this time. That's the in the middle of the shot now, the football stadium, FC Porto. Yeah, this area here is very, very shallow. Yeah, the first of the very tall motorway bridges is just around that corner as well. If I remember, there was a little ramp where I said if we could see the end of it, we'd definitely be okay to go under Pont de Luis, so we'll have a look as we go past. The entrance into the sea proper, I think it's going to be pretty choppy. Yeah, so here we are at Pont de Luis again. Saw something on the right there that he said if you could see it we were definitely good to go. I saw something on the left here. I'm just going to go over there and see if I can see the end of that ramp just before the bridge, because if I can see the end of that ramp, absolutely definitely we are good to go under. Sure I can see the end of it already. Oh look. Little baby seagull having a look. 2 metres clearance under the bridge, I can see about 1 metre of the end of the ramp here, and it's about the same. In other words, we've got about the same amount of clearance as we had when we came up. So yeah, absolutely, definitely good to go. Just get over to the right now. Right, I'm going to aim for the middle. I don't know whether it is. I don't know whether it is ever so slightly taller in the middle or not. Just knock the revs down a little bit. So here we go. Even though I'm sort of completely sure, even though I'm completely sure that we're okay, it's still a bit nerve-wracking, because if you look up like that, it just doesn't seem that you're going to get through. But we are going to get through. Aye. There we are, we're through. Put the revs on a bit now. There's to be very mindful of all these passenger trips, because it's Saturday as well, so they'll all be running. But it's drive on the right here, like everywhere else, as long as we observe that. Let's just watch Peter come through. Oh, he's through already. There we are. And everything's intact at the top of his mast. Super. Right, well, it's high drama on the high seas because we've got fog, as you can see over there. So we've Peter says he's had this before, so it usually takes an hour or two to clear. So what we've done is we've just anchored here. We're not very far. We're not very far up the river. The sun is actually breaking through already. But why I say high drama on the high seas, I've just put the anchor over the side, and my engine wouldn't stop. Now, most of the time, the problem with the engine is that it won't bloody start. Now mine wouldn't actually stop. And I don't know if you can see on the camera with the light, there's a little stop button there. So yeah, you can't actually turn, if you turn that key off when it's in the rod, it doesn't have any effect at all. So and that little, it's like an electric stop function. So I had a little look, and take the cover off the engine. I'll show you inside. No, I won't show you inside. I'll show you inside in a second. Right, here we are then. So what happens when one presses the stop button is that lever activates, and what is happening is that the solenoid, which is this thing, the electrical part of it, is activating the lever. It's not going far enough. So, and there are various these little adjusting screws for this and that and the other, and I'm pretty sure I've sort of thought it through. I think this one, I think what I need to do is to screw that one in a few turns, which means undoing that one first, which will then allow me to screw that one in a few turns, and then tighten that one back up again to hold it in place, and then I'll give it a try and see if I can start and also stop my little engine. Right, I've tried adjusting that little screw, and it turns out it wasn't that. I think what it is, I'm pretty sure what it is actually now, this thing here, this solenoid, I'll try and keep the camera, is actually the whole thing. The whole thing is moving. You can see there. And because the whole thing is moving, it should be in that position. But because it can go to that position, that means it's further back. The arm can't push the little lever there out enough. So in order to see underneath here what this is mounted on, I'm going to have to take this whole assembly here off, which basically means undoing that one and that one, possibly undoing this one as well. So I'm not going to get into all that now. I can stop the engine. I can start the engine. I can stop the engine. It's not a problem. So I'll fix that when we get back to the marina. Right, we're back in Lake Choice now. I've just snuck in ahead of this big one, massive one. He's making a big turn to the right now, so I just snuck in ahead of him. It was really foggy as we left the Douro. Very foggy, but all of a sudden it's really localised. It's really cleared up here. I don't know if you can see in the distance there. Peter's just entered the marina. I've just slowed down so I can put all my fenders out before I go back in. Yeah. Right, get on with it. Quite impressive actually watching this thing pirouette. Just doing a little pirouette before it starts going up the river there. Really impressive to see. I've got all my fenders out and my one more in line at the front and one at the back. So I will be just heading in. I would have thought something that big could be so manoeuvrable.